Hey guys, it's Megan here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're going to do a reformer flow. So no props needed, just your reformer. I have added my platform extender. If you have one, it's optional, but no worries. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start on 2 heavy springs, so that's 2 red springs for me. And we're going to start laying on our backs. So you can have your headrest up or down, whichever you prefer. I'm just going to lift mine right now. And then let's go ahead and come onto our backs. And we're just going to start with some single leg actually. So I'm going to keep my right heel on the bar. I'm going to make sure it's right under my sit bones. And I'm going to place my left leg over my right. So I'm creating a 4 shape. And starting position, make sure your knees are right above your hips. You have a nice neutral spine. Our arms are out towards our sides. Fingers are long. We're going to take an inhale. And then exhale, press through that heel, pushing that carriage out, and then inhale back in. As you come in, really think about pushing this left leg, especially that heel, into your knees. So you're going to get that nice stretch through the back of the left leg. And we're still working our right leg. So we're working our right leg, stretching our left. So let's go ahead, inhale, and then exhale, press out, and then inhale back in, getting that nice stretch. Good. So go at your own pace. Remember, just try to find that neutral spine, tuning in on our breath, in through our nose and out through our purse lip. Really filling our lungs up, waking up the body. It should feel actually really nice. It feels nice for me, so good. Keep going. And let's go out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. Good. Let's go ahead and switch legs. I just want to pull my towel down a little. Good. Same thing, other leg. So I'm going to place my right foot leg over my left. I have my left heel on the bar. And I'm just going to inhale here, and then exhale, press that carriage out, and come back in. So if the springs feel a little too heavy for you, with the 2 heavy springs for single leg, always go down. If it's too light for you and you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can add another spring, but just don't make it too heavy where you feel like you're really trying to push through that leg and you're shaking to get that carriage all the way out. So you want to stay at a really comfortable weight. Make sure you're getting full extension and coming all the way in, really feeling that stretch on that right leg, feeling that left leg really firing up. Keeping that nice neutral spine. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and last one, come all the way in. Good, guys. So for now, if you had your headrest up, go ahead and drop it. We're going to do some bridge work. So headrest has to be flat whenever we do any type of bridge work, keeping everything out of our neck. Put both heels onto the bar. Arms are wide. Take an inhale and exhale as you press through those heels, lifting our hips up, reaching our knees towards that front wall, but relaxing the chest. Keep that chest soft. You don't want to lift the rib cage up. You want to keep it soft, and you're really lifting through those hips, squeezing those glutes, pulling those knees towards that front wall, and then slowly rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. So we're just articulating the spine right now. So let's do that again. Inhale and exhale as you come all the way up. Relaxing that chest. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, squeezing those glutes, pressing through those heels, and coming vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way back down. Like pearls coming onto a flat surface. It's the best way I can think of. One more time. So inhale here, and then exhale, As we lift those hips, squeeze those glutes, press through those heels, lifting as high as you can, relaxing the chest. Inhale here. And exhale back down. Good job, guys. So now we're just going to go straight up and straight down. So we're not articulating the spine. We're just going to go inhale up, exhale down. Up. Squeeze those glutes. Try not to collapse in those knees. Pushing the knees out towards the sides of the room and down. Let's go for 2 more. Up and down. And last one, let's stay up. Relax that chest and press that carriage out and in. So we're staying high in that bridge, and we're just pressing that carriage out and in, extending the knees and bending the knees. Try to stay high in that bridge, still squeezing those glutes, activating those hamstrings, the glutes, finding that sweet spot. Focusing on our breath for 4, 3, 2, and last one, come all the way in, stay up, pulsing those heels, pulsing up, those hips up, pushing through those heels. 5, 4, squeeze those glutes. 3, 2, and last one, squeeze those glutes and then slowly come on down. Good job, guys. From here, let's go ahead, bring our legs, we're going to transition here. So let's bring our legs to tabletop. You can scoot your shoulders away from your shoulder blades, your shoulder pads, just so you have a little bit more room here. So legs to tabletop, arms up to the ceiling. And then we're going to bring our head, neck, and shoulders up. Reach your arms long. Reach those arms out, and let's go into hundreds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Halfway there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, squeeze. Bring those knees to chest. Roll into a tighter little ball. And then go ahead and release. And let's bring our legs out towards the left side and roll on up. Good. From here, we're just going to do a spring change. So I'm actually going to release both of my heavy springs, and I'm adding just one blue spring, so one light spring only, okay? And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and grab, I'm on my left side, so I'm gonna grab my strap closest towards my left side, and I'm gonna come onto the side of my carriage, and I'm on my left hip. I'm gonna make sure my hips are stacked, and I'm really using the length of my carriage here to lengthen through my spine. I'm not crunched over, I'm not collapsing in the spine. So really think about really lengthening through that. So grabbing the long strap, pull on out, and we're going to place it over our foot. So long strap onto our foot. You can put some pressure into it, extend that leg. And as you can see that I'm on my left shoulder, so I have it kind of in between the shoulder blocks here. And from here, we're going to bring our leg up to ceiling. Drop it right in front of us so it's right in line with our bottom leg and push out. We're just going to do some circles. So we're still working into our single leg. Using our straps now to really lengthen and strengthen and tone these legs. So we're just doing circles. So we're straight up to the ceiling, dropping it right in front of, on top of our other leg, and then really pushing back, using that back of the leg and glutes to really pull back the strap. So it's on a lighter spring, so we can do more reps and we can really focus on how we're going through these exercises. You want to make sure your hips are stacked. You want to make sure you're pressing through this left shoulder. You're not sinking through that shoulder. And really try to stay up at hip level when you drop that leg. So we're really burning this out. Good job, guys. Let's do 2 more this direction, and then we're gonna switch the direction into and 1. So now let's switch it. So now I'm gonna bring my leg in front, right on top of my bottom leg, up to the ceiling, and then pull down. Just make sure you watch this rope because it will brush your face if you get too close. So bring it in front. So it's the same exact motion, we're just switching the direction now. So now we're getting that nice long leg to pull back down onto the strap. So you're really stretching out and lengthening through the hamstrings here. Good job, guys. Keep going. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, we're just going to bend the knee in 90 degrees and kick through that heel. So the challenging part here is that we are just keeping our leg up at hip level. I haven't dropped it, so I'm really burning out, getting into my hip abductors, outer thigh, outer glute, still working in those legs. Good. Stay strong. Bring it in and kick through that heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, extend that leg out. Kind of bring it slightly in front of you so you can see your toes. It's not fully back, so it's just kind of at that diagonal. And we're just going to do little circles, about melon-sized circles. So my leg is definitely firing up here. It's super warm, so these are super effective. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction. 5, 4, 3, we're almost done, guys. 2, last exercise here. 1, bring your leg all the way in front so it's in line with that bottom leg. Tip the toes down. Try to keep the carriage still, and we're just gonna lower and lift that leg. Really burning out that side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now kick through and just kind of rub it off really quick. So take a quick second. Rub it out. If it's on fire, I'm with you. Great job. But we're going to keep our foot in this strap. We're just going to transition. So when you're ready, keep your foot in your strap and slowly come on up. And now we're going to be kneeling on our carriage, facing the back of it. And what you want to do, so your foot that's in the strap is going to come onto the side of the carriage. Your kneeling leg, you want it kind of bring it back towards the front of your carriage so we have more range of motion, but you want it more in the middle, maybe more onto the right side. And just make sure it's right under your hip here, okay? And when you're ready, you can have your hands on the shoulder blocks here, or you can bring them flat down by the shoulder blocks. Whatever works for you. I'm gonna keep mine on the shoulder blocks. I'm gonna put my right leg with the strap. I'm gonna keep it nice and long here. Sorry, I think I have like a hair on my lip. We're gonna keep it nice and long here, and I'm just gonna do some straight leg sweeps. So I'm gonna sweep back and down. So I'm actually gonna bring my left arm down onto the carriage. So you can find what's comfortable for you. But you really just wanna try to keep the sweeping leg nice and strong. Be careful you don't arch your back when you bring that leg up. You want to keep that nice long spine and really working the back of the leg and the back of the glute to really get into this exercise. Good job, guys. Keep going. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Last one here. I'm going to bring my arm down, my left arm down onto my reformer. So I have my left arm down, my right arm's on, my hand is on the reformer. From here, I'm going to bring my leg straight up behind me, bend it, and then kick through. So I'm just bending and extending that leg, really working the hamstrings here. If the rope kind of flies up, that's okay. You just want to get that nice stretch, little scorpion here. Let's go for 4. Engage that core. 3, 2, and the last one. Slowly come on out of that. Good job, guys. When you're ready, you can go onto your bottoms and then slowly come out of that strap. So really carefully here. Good. From here, let's go ahead. We're going to go around the road. So from here, we're going to come sitting on our bottoms, facing that back wall still. And we're going to grab both straps. But before we get started, make sure you have about a hand distance behind you. Perfect. So just right there, make sure you put your hand there for when you roll down and giving yourself a little bit more space. Because we're on that light spring, let's go ahead and find crossing our straps in front of us. So you have a nice little X in front of you. You have 2 options. If you can keep your legs straight in between the shoulder blocks, awesome. If not, you can cross one leg over the other, or if your shoulder blocks come down to make a nice flat carriage, go ahead. But make sure you just have that nice X in front of you. And from here, we're going to keep our arms nice and long, and we're just going to pull straight up and down. So we're just working into the shoulders now, fixing our posture. Make sure we're sitting nice and tall here, guys. Straight up on the sit bones. We're not hunching over. If finding an X is too much for you and these are too heavy, try to just grab your straps. That'll make it a little bit easier. Give you a little bit more length on these straps. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, finding that X right in front of you. Your shoulders are still up at shoulder level. We haven't dropped our arms. And we're just going to pull out to a T and straight in front of us. So really working into our deltoids here, getting that back right now. Arms should be firing up. Mine definitely are getting warm. So that's great. Just check your posture. Make sure we're sitting nice and tall, reaching the crown of our head up towards that ceiling, pulling our shoulders back and breathing. Whew. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. Quick shake it off. Oh, definitely feel those. So great job, guys. And then now, we're still going to keep that X in front of us, but now we're going to roll down and find that nice C curve. So that's why I asked you to find that nice hand behind you. So you're giving yourself some space here. So finding that nice C curve in the core, engaging that core, bringing it in towards our spine. And from here, we're just going to open out and then back to center. So we're just keeping our arms nice and long as now we open out to that T towards the side. So we're still working those arms, but also waking up the core, getting into those obliques that are rotating our body from side to side. Good job, guys. Let's go for 5. Stay low in that C curve. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's stay in that nice towards the right side, and let's just reach that right leg out and in. Bringing it to tabletop and stretching through. Really pull through these straps to keep our core strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs down, come on up, and let's do the other side. So if you have your legs crossed, let's cross them the other way so we can work that other leg. Pushing out, pulling our arms straight, coming to that left side, stay in that C curve, Bringing our left leg tabletop and out. Let's try to get low in that seat curve, keeping those arms long. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg down and come on up. Whew. Good job, guys. Go ahead and just take a nice flexion over and come on up. Perfect. Let's put our straps. Actually, let's keep our straps. And let's actually come back to kneeling. And let's do single arm. So I'm going to place my left strap down. And I'm going to keep my right strap only. So I should have done this before we got into the whole back series using both straps, but whatever. So let's go onto our knees. Right strap in our right hand. I'm choking up on the rope here again, okay? Because we're on that light spring. I want more range of motion. And then from here, make sure knees are under hips. And from here, we're just gonna do straight arm sweep. So I'm gonna bring my right arm, and I'm just gonna keep it nice and straight as I sweep it towards my side, keeping it narrow towards my body. Try to keep that nice, long, neutral spine. Slight bend in the elbow, that's that your arm you're using to hold your body up. You don't want to hyperextend. And we're going to add on to this in 3, in 2, and 1. Good. From here, we're going to do some triceps. So we're going to add some leg work with it. So depending where you are in your reformer, if keeping your knees down is enough for you, stay there. If you want a little bit more challenge, you're going to go ahead, bring your right arm, bending at the elbow, keeping it right by our body. And we're just going to go ahead and extend our leg out and in. Sorry, keep our leg extended, and we're just going to bend our arm out and in. If your bar is up behind you, which mine is, it's okay. It kind of just reminds you to keep your leg lifted so you can't drop that leg. So it's a good little reminder, or you can drop that bar. What works for you, but stay strong, guys. Let's go for 5. Full extension of that arm. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. Good. Let's go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. So we'll start with the arm series here. So I'm going to drop my strap, and I'm going to grab my left strap with my left hand, and I'm going to choke up on that rope. I'm going to start with my knees down with that straight arm sweep. So arm pulling strap, knees under hips, and then from here we're just going to sweep our arms straight back behind us, and I'm not bending at the elbow. I'm just getting full extension with that arm here, okay? Make sure you keep a bend in this leaning arm. See how I hyperextend it? You don't want that. You want to keep a slight bend, so protecting our elbows. So I'm super guilty of that too. I'm constantly having to remind myself and check that I have my elbow bent and I'm not hyperextending it. So we're going to add on to this in 3, 2, and 1. Good, guys. So let's bend that elbow, bring it towards our sides. If you're with me, we're going to extend our right leg over our bar. If your bar's up, if it's down, better. But if you have it up, it's also good because, like I said, it's going to remind us to keep our leg lifted. We can't drop our leg. From here, find that spot on the floor to really keep our balance here. We obviously have a left and right side. My left side isn't my main side, so it's a little bit more challenging here. For 5, I'm going to try not to talk too much. This is definitely challenging. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. And let's go ahead and put that strap down. So, good. As you can see, my right side is definitely the side that I use. So it was a lot easier getting on that left side, especially when we did some tricep and had my right leg extended. It was very challenging. So we do have our right side and we do have our left side. So whichever side is stronger for you, always practice on your weaker side so we can strengthen that too. So that was good practice. And then let's go ahead and go right into that leg series on the left side. So my back will be towards you guys here. So from here, I'm going to come on down and I'm going to, actually let's go ahead and lower our foot bar. I know we didn't lower it from the last side, but it's good to have it lowered. So if you have it lifted, go ahead and lower it. And then let's come on to our right side. Remember, we're lengthening through the spine on our carriage. We're not crunched up. Really think about using that carriage to lengthen through that spine. Now I'm on my right shoulder, so I'm really going to press to this shoulder. I'm going to put some energy into the strap to pull it. And then from here, when you're ready, make sure your hips are stacked, pulling those shoulders back. We're going to go right into those leg circles. So we're going to bring our leg up towards the ceiling, drop it in front of us, and pull back. So you want to really try to keep this leg up at hip level the entire time, especially when we're dropping it with these sweeps. So that's going to help really lengthen and strengthen the muscles, and using our glutes and hamstrings to really pull that leg back. And remember, watch the strap. It will rub you in the face if you get too close. So you really want to try to keep the leg a little in front of you. Good, let's go for 4. Press through this right shoulder, don't sag into it. 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction now, same thing. We're going to sweep in front of us, leg up to the ceiling and pull down. So it's the same movement, just switching the direction. Good job, guys. So legs really starting to fire up here. It's really effective. Stay strong. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, we're going to bend the knee in at 90 degrees and then kick through that hip. So I still haven't dropped my leg. It's still up at hip level. So I'm really firing it up. Good. Really kick through that heel, lengthen through that spine. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, keep that leg extended. Just bring it right in front so you can see those toes, and then use little circles, melon-sized circles. Whew. Definitely feeling these, so keep going, guys. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one here, guys. Bringing that leg straight in front of you. Tip the toes. Try to keep the carriage still as you lower and lift that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend it in. Holy moly, I definitely feel that. So take your time. Give yourself a nice little rub. It's definitely burning, so that's really good. And when you're ready, let's slowly come on out of that. Actually, I lied. Keep your foot in there. And we're just going to transition, remember? So keeping our left foot in that long strap, we're going to transition to some leg pulls. So make sure you're towards the end of your carriage. You want to keep your working leg straight. So come on towards that left side a little. And then how you want your hands positioned here. I think I have my opposite hand on the carriage. So when you're ready, we're just going to sweep our legs straight back and allow it to come back down. So we're keeping this left leg nice and strong and long. We're not bending at that knee. So we're sweeping, using the back of your back, and then slowly allow that carriage to come home. So remember, don't allow your springs to bring you in, you bring yourself in. Full control with that leg. Be careful we're not arching our back like that. You want to keep that nice neutral spine the entire time. Good, and using the back of the leg and glutes to bring you in and out. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, last one here, guys. Bringing that elbow down towards the carriage. And now we're just gonna bend that knee. And you wanna make sure you're nice and steady. And you're just gonna extend that leg and bend that knee. Moving that carriage. 5, 4, nice long strong legs. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come on out of that. And put your strap down. Good, guys. So, as you can tell, we have a right and left side. My right side is obviously my main side, so my left side is always more challenging, but it's really important that we really challenge ourselves and use that side that is our weaker side to strengthen it and getting it as strong as our main side. So, perfect. So we're gonna stay on that light spring from here. Let's go ahead and find a mermaid position. So I'm gonna be facing the camera and I'm in a mermaid position. I have my left leg by my shoulder blocks and my right leg in front of me. And I'm gonna grab my short strap in hand because we're on that light spring. If it's too heavy for you, go to that longer strap. From here, we're just gonna go draw a sword out and in. So we're in a mermaid position and we're just drawing that sword in and out. So you want to keep your arm close by your body. Really getting full extension through that arm, using the back of that arm, triceps, our rear deltoid. Good. Pulling the shoulders back for 3. We're going to add on 2 and 1. Let's draw a sword and just go right into that backhand if you can do this. So keeping our arm up and we're just bending that elbow in and out. Really using the back of those arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, let's keep that arm all the way out. Drop our left hand down, and then just allow our rope to bring our body and stretch to that right side, and then stack the spine. So let's do a few of these. Draw that sword, bring that arm straight up and around, opening that side of the body, and stack that spine for 2. And last one. And come on in. Good. So let's keep that strap, and we're just going to come up, and we're going to come up facing the front of the room now. So, or the front of the reformer. We're still going to use single arm, but now we're going to work into that left arm. So if you can kneel, perfect, pushing your feet up against the shoulder blocks. If this is too much, you can sit back onto your heels, and if this is still too much, you can sit down on your bottoms, crisscross applesauce. So whatever works for you, but being on our knees is definitely going to be a little bit more challenging here. So if you want that challenge and your knees are okay, come on up. Short strap in left arm. Make sure your hips are about hip distance apart. And we're just going to do some single arms. So we're just going to bring it straight up and down. And I'm just adding this my right arm to do the same thing, just so I can counterbalance myself. Think about pushing the hips forward just a tad to keep our balance nice and really engaging that core. And we can add a little rotation. So as I come in, I'm rotating towards that rope and then opposite direction. So now I'm working really into the front of our chest, front of the pecs, and our front deltoids. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, I'm going to interlace my fingers, and I'm going to allow my body to rotate towards this left strap. But you see that my hips are still facing forward. I'm just rotating through the waistline, through the rib cage. And then from here, we're going to interlace the fingers, and we're just going to try to get into those obliques and those abs. And I'm just going to pull my rope straight in front of me and then allow it to come down. So I'm going to keep my arms nice and long here. It's almost like a woodchuck. So I'm rotating at the hips, but keeping my hip bones squared to that wall in front of me. So you can see that I'm really rotating, getting into these obliques, nice and strong. Keep breathing. Almost like you're swinging a golf club. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. Last one here with a single arm. You're going to place your knees down, and you want to make sure you're lengthened through that spine. We're going to keep our right hand down. And then we have 2 options here. We're going to do some biceps. But to make this a little bit more challenging, I wanted to extend our opposite leg. So if you want that challenge, opposite legs, my right leg's extended out, and I'm bending my left arm in and out. And I'm just gonna in and out. So I'm just adding that leg just to give my balance a little bit more challenge, making this exercise a little bit harder. But if this is too much, you can keep both knees down. Just engage that core. Think about really lifting that navel to spine. Keeping that arm very narrow towards our body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees down. And then actually last one here. So both knees down, and now I'm going to sit back towards my heels. I still have the strap in my left hand. And now I'm just going to do a little shoulder press, single arm. So I'm going to hinge forward a little. So I get a little bit, my balance is a little bit better here. And all I'm doing is just bending the elbow and bringing my elbow out wide towards that side. I'm really getting into the shoulder. So I'm kind of pushing forward. Keep that nice neutral spine. You don't want to hunch over. Still engaging that core. Try to keep that arm up at shoulder level. We haven't dropped it. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and put that strap down. Good job, guys. So before we hit that other side, go around the world. So now we're just going to do a little plank series, do a little bit more abs. So this is what I said, if you have a platform extender, this is a great opportunity to use it. If you don't, no worries, you can still use your platform on the reformer. So whichever you have. And I'm going to actually keep mine on a blue spring. So I really like to work with a blue spring, if you haven't noticed. I think lighter is more challenging, it makes you do more reps, but I understand that it can be too light if you're not there with your balance or either, the core strength. So if a blue spring is too heavy or light, go to a heavier spring for these. But I'm going to choose blue. When we're ready, let's place both hands onto our our platform extender or our platform. Before you get started, make sure your knees are at the end of your carriage, okay? This is starting position. You want it towards the end of the carriage. You're going to tuck your toes, and then when you're ready, you're going to push out. And from here, push through those hands, nice flat back, and let's bend those knees and push out. So I'm bending my knees to tabletop and out. You can see I have a nice tabletop with my back. My hips aren't lowered and they're not too high. You want a nice neutral spine in and out. Really think about pulling that navel up towards your spine. Super strong core here. Keep breathing. For 3, 2, last one, keep those legs extended, and now we're going to come into a pike and down. So we keep those legs nice and long, and we're just piking up and then lengthening through that spine. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and one last one here, guys. Come into that nice little plank, and you're just going to push out and in. It can be a small movement here. Just super strong core. Sawing in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Come on in. Drop your knees and just take a nice little child's pose. You deserve it. And come on up. Perfect. So now we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. So let's find our mermaid position. So now my right leg is up against the shoulder blocks and my left leg is in front of me. We're going to find that short strap in hand, and then we're just going to go right into draw a sword. So mermaid into draw a sword. Remember, try to keep everything in line with each other. You don't want to be leaning towards that side. Super strong core here. And the short strap is too much for you. You can always go to that long strap. We're going to add on to this in 3, 2, and last one, keep it up. Now let's just bend at the elbow and extend. So we drop that draw sword, and we're just going into that nice backhand and keeping our arm up at shoulder level, really feeling that burn. Stay strong. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, guys. We're going to keep it long. We're going to drop our right hand, and now we're just going to allow that rope to pull and open up left side of the body, and then stack the spine. So backhand out, pulling the body, opening that left side, and then stacking the spine. Let's go for 3. Pull the shoulders back. 2. And last one. And stack that spine. Good. So now we're going to switch the strap. So the strap comes in my right hand, and now we're going to come up, and we're going to come back into that kneeling position. So if you were kneeling, come on up. If you're sitting back onto your heels there, or if you were sitting crisscross. So which works for you. Just have the short strap in that right hand. From here, we're just going to go right into that straight arm up and back down. So nice little offering, serve the platter, whatever you use, whatever term you use. Just remember engaging that core, nice strong core here. That's our powerhouse. That's going to be our balance, and so we don't go face forward. So you want that really strong core here, especially if you're kneeling. Good, and let's go ahead and add that rotation. So I'm rotating towards my strap and then away from my strap. So remember, our hip bones stay square to that wall in front of us, and we're just rotating at that waistline and moving through the rib cage. Good, so arms firing up. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. So now let's interlace our fingers. So now a starting position, I'm going to be rotated towards our our strap here. My hips are still square to that wall in front of me, and I'm just going to go into those wood chucks. So arms stay straight, using my obliques to bring forward and then down. So really think about getting into those obliques, feeling that waistline, feeling that nice pinch. So we're giving ourselves a nice little waistline here, getting into that side body, really strong. Also think about squeezing those glutes. That will definitely help you with the movement here. And just keeping those hip bones square to that wall in front of you for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, let's go into the shoulder presses first. So I'm going to actually sit back towards my heels, nice strong core, strap is still in my right hand, and from here I'm just going to push out and in. So almost like a salute, shoulder press. My arm stays up at shoulder level, my elbow is coming out bent towards the side wall here. So the challenging part here is really keeping that strong core and really keeping this arm up at shoulder level, pushing through that hand, feeling those deltoids, working hard here. Nice strong chest, don't collapse in that chest, so broad collarbones. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down. Good. And last one on this side, guys. So let's go ahead and place both feet down. And then we're going to go into that nice bicep curl. And like I said, if you're with me and you want that challenge, I'm going to extend my left leg out now. So my left leg comes out, and I'm just going to bend at my right elbow and in. So I'm keeping my arm pretty narrow towards the side of my body. It's actually kind of glued towards the side of my body, and I'm just bending and straightening my elbow. So bending at the elbow joint, and that's it. Careful not to lock our opposite elbow. Keep a slight bend there. And then really think about pushing up through that left leg. Don't let it drop. I was just letting it drop. So a lot to focus on here. We're not just moving through the movement. Nice strong core, keeping our hips squared towards the carriage. We're not rolling out on that left side. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees down, and let's come on up. Good, guys. Almost done here. So let's go ahead. Let's add a red spring. So 1 red, 1 blue. Let's bring our foot all the way up. I'm going to place my towel down because it gets pretty sticky. It's kind of gross. And then grabbing our straps, and we're going to cool down with feet in straps. So you're officially in cool down mode. So when you're ready, come on down onto our backs, and let's put the long straps over our feet. Like I said, I have 1 heavy, 1 light on. If that's too much, you can do just 1 heavy spring. Bringing our legs up to tabletop. Make sure our ankles are slightly above our knees. And we're just going to press that carriage out and in. So we're bending out and in. I'm keeping my legs nice and close together, so I'm really squeezing my inner thighs in together and just pressing through that carriage in that nice stretch. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, keep those legs out, and let's just extend them up and down. So straight legs, lower and lift. Think about coming all the way up and keeping that tailbone heavy. We're not lifting it up and then down. So getting that nice stretch in the back of the legs. We did a lot of leg work, a lot of arm work, got some core in. So a nice full body reformer flow. For 3, 2, and one. Good, let's go right into leg circles, circling all the way around. So you can make these as big as you like. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's reverse the direction. So same thing. We're just reversing the direction of those circles. We're still thinking about the same thing. We're still keeping that tailbone heavy. We're not lifting it. Keeping our legs nice and strong and long. For 3, for 2, and 1. Last one here, guys. Let's do some long spine. So let's drop our head, rest. So you want a nice flat back, nice flat head. From here, let's go ahead, put our legs together at the ankles, and we're going to lift our legs all the way up to the ceiling, hinge them forward till they're all the way up, and then we're going to use our core to come all the way up and stay onto our thoracic spine. We're going to separate the legs just about hip distance apart, nothing too far, and then we're going to roll our spine down, one vertebrae at a time, keeping those legs nice and strong till our sacrum, our bottom hits that carriage, and pulling our legs straight and then closing our feet. So starting position, feet together, legs long and extended towards the side of the room. We're hinging up towards the ceiling till our legs come all the way up. Now using our core to bring us up onto our upper thoracic spine, not our cervical, really squeezing those glutes, separating the legs, and then slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time until our sacrum gets onto that carriage, and then pulling the legs straight and closing them. So let's do it one more time. Hinging up, all the way up to the ceiling, separate the feet, rolling all the way down, and then pulling our legs. So let's reverse it now. So now we're going to actually have our legs separated. So feet are separated now. We're hinging up towards the ceiling, legs come straight up, using the core to lift us up onto our upper thoracic spine, staying up tall. Now closing the feet, rolling down one vertebrae at a time till our bottoms hit that carriage and pull down. So it's the same motion, just different with the feet. So legs are separated, hinging up towards the ceiling, using the core, rolling up to our upper thoracic spine, closing the legs, and rolling down and pulling down. Let's do that one more time. Legs are separated, hinging up towards the ceiling, using the core, coming all the way up, closing the feet, and then rolling down one vertebrae at a time, getting that nice stretch in that back. Bottom hits the carriage and pull. Good job, guys. Go ahead and just bring your straps in. And when you're ready, slowly come on out of that. And then let's come on up. Let's see. Awesome. So if you want to stretch some more, be my guest. You can stretch more on the reformer, or you can check out my 15-minute total body mat Pilates stretch that I did, which is great before, after a workout. I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. I would say that's about beginner to intermediate. All levels are definitely welcome. No props are needed. I use my platform extended. Like I said, that's optional if you have it. They're super great. If you don't, no worries. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Remember, every Tuesday and Thursday you can look forward to a new mat class, and in between I'll upload reformer classes. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you again. Have a great day.